What is the best strategy for a pawn wedge? Imagine a chessboard where each piece has its own role and purpose. Today, we are focusing on a specific strategy that can change the dynamics of the game, the pawn wedge. This concept involves advancing your pawns to create a stronghold in the opponent's territory, which can lead to significant advantages. To understand the best strategy for a pawn wedge, it is essential to recognize the positioning of your pawns. The ideal scenario is to place your pawns on the 4th or 5th ranks, depending on the game phase. This positioning allows your pawns to control key squares and restrict the movement of your opponent's pieces. Another important aspect is to support your wedge with other pieces. Knights and bishops can be particularly effective in reinforcing your pawn structure. By placing these pieces behind your pawns, you create a formidable barrier that is difficult for your opponent to break through. Timing is also critical. You want to ensure that your pawn wedge is established when your opponent is least prepared to counter it. This often means waiting for the right moment to advance your pawns, especially when your opponent's pieces are poorly positioned. Furthermore, be mindful of potential weaknesses. A pawn wedge can create strong points, but it can also leave gaps if not properly supported. Always assess the board for any threats that could exploit these weaknesses. Finally, consider the endgame implications of your pawn wedge. As the game progresses, the value of your pawns can increase, especially if they are advanced toward promotion. Keeping this in mind can guide your strategy as you build your wedge. In conclusion, the best strategy for a pawn wedge involves careful positioning, support from other pieces, timing your advance, and being aware of potential weaknesses. By mastering this strategy, you can gain a significant advantage in your chess games.